The younger kids in this room who will hopefully take something away that will help them in their future. For those of you that do not know, our class motto is, "We aren't here for a long time, we are here for a good time." This is true not only of our lives in high school, but also our lives as a whole on earth. In John 10:10, Jesus discusses how to live our short lives here on this earth. He says, "The thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I came so that they may have life and have it abundantly." So you may ask, what exactly does this mean? Jesus uses the term thief to represent Satan. While it's not likely that any of us will ever directly encounter Satan, it is certain that we will all see the results of his existence. This thief can be anything that keeps us from living life to the best that we can. Because we are only on the earth for a short time, it is important that we don't waste any of that time we have here. Many of us will encounter things in the next few years of our lives that seem to look great on the outside. However, there is always a catch. In fact, every decision we make in our lives will have a consequence of some kind. These things are made to look good. But as we get deeper, we realize how bad of a mistake it really was. This is how the thief steals from our livelihood and destroys our lives. As a destroyer, Satan works at us. He destroys loving and caring relationships among individuals, families, communities, and countries by breeding competition, greed, selfishness, and anger. In contrast, God offers us so much more, as God's desire for us is not for calamity and chaos, as Satan's plans are, but to give us a more abundant life now and a hope for our future. He came to give us rest and to relieve us from the stresses of our daily living. He calls us to come to him when we are burdened down with cares and troubles. In Matthew 11, Jesus says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." And he goes on to say, "For my yoke is easy and my burden is light." This is an important part of living our lives out here on earth. Because we are only here for a short time, we cannot afford to spend that time struggling with large burdens on us throughout our walk here on earth. While we all have different lengths of time here, God gives each and every one of us the tools that we need to live life to the full. We are all more than capable of moving ahead in life and achieving great things. This being said, we have to find and use all the tools that God has given us. This is where many of us in this room have an advantage over some other people around. I can honestly say this school has given me many of those tools that I will need to move on further in my life. This is important because I know that the school can become long and seem to drag on forever. But to all the younger kids in this room, I can assure you it will go quickly. We are all very privileged to be here in a school that is successful at turning out not only athletes and scholars, but great people as well. This being said, I am certain that God has put each and every one of us here for a reason, not by chance. This is why it is so important for each of us to live our lives to the fullest extent possible.